What's going on, everybody? Hudi here with Level Up Gaming, and in this video we're going to be watching a VoD review of Tappy Wappy here on Bind playing as Viper. And if you are interested in watching these VODs live, or if you want to submit some of your own, you can find links to the Discord and to the Twitch stream in the description down below. But let's get right into it. So as Viper here, pro tip, okay? If you're going to play Viper and you're going to do lineups like this, aim up. If you aim down, it's going to go down into the ground. It's not going to go as far. If you want it to go the maximum distance that it can go, just aim up. Make sure it's not running into the ground. As soon as it runs into the ground, it stops moving. So one thing I'm going to tell you, Tappy, is if you're going to play Viper, learning some lineups never hurts. But that being said, just in general, if you don't know any lineups, putting your orb on the bomb and then playing a position where you can shoot a molly into your orb is also extremely effective for stopping bomb defusal. Viper really is at her best when you know some lineups. Viper is so reliant on lineups, unfortunately, defense and offense for retakes and for taking bomb sites. So it kind of stinks, but also it's kind of a cool, interesting, good thing, I guess. I like the fact that her potential skill ceiling is so high because of lineups, but I also don't like the fact that you need to know the lineups to be relevant. One thing I'm going to recommend when you get into the situation where, you know, it feels like your teammates are against you, it feels like there's nothing you can do and everybody's mad at you for whatever reason, just take a step back, take a deep breath. You know, it sounds stupid, but count down from 10 if you need to, and mute your teammates. If your teammates are not communicating effectively and they're just tilting you, it is almost always better just to mute them. You take too long to micro adjust how to be faster, just aim train in aim lab or deathmatch. I would say a little bit of a combination MSG KMA. Spend some time doing some micro flicks in aim labs. Those really help. You don't have to spend a huge amount of time, 5-10 minutes every day. Doing micro adjustments will help over time. But then also, I think you really should be spending a decent amount of time in deathmatch. If you're really trying to improve at this game, one of the best ways to do that is inherently just playing deathmatch. Go into deathmatch, focus on things like headshots, right? Play with a guardian, just get headshots. Don't focus on body shots. Don't get any kills with body shots. And you're not worried about winning the deathmatch. It literally doesn't matter. Just go in there and focus on winning gunfights, focus on hitting headshots, focus on working on your short bursts, stuff like that. And then the micro flicks and stuff, the adjustments will come with time and practice as well. Playing off your raise here is a good idea. Following your raise in, letting your raise do the entry, and playing off of him is a really good idea. I would say keep your weapon out until you get to the part on the wall where you want to shoot your util though. There's no reason to pull your util out and cross this angle. I know it ended up being walled off, but if it wasn't walled off and the raise had already crossed and then someone peeks and you don't have your gun out, you're just really caught out. You gotta be careful. Oh, hurts my soul a little bit. Both of you kind of peek this angle, just unexpecting anybody to be here the way you peek it. You were kind of ready for it, but your crosshair was a little bit too far to the right. I like the idea of tapping, right? But that being said, you missed your first 4 bullets. You need to either stop moving and tap because you're jiggling a little bit, which is making your bullets a little bit less accurate, and also moving your crosshair inherently. You're not kind of ready for it. You're not adjusting for it at least. Or just get back around that corner, stay alive. If you can't trade it, you can't trade it. It's better than losing your life, okay? So here's the situation. If you can trade your teammate's death, that's perfect. But if you're going to try and trade your teammate's death and you don't think you can do it, and it's actually a greater chance that you're going to die given the situation like what you were in here, it's better for you to just stay alive. So after I miss these first 2 bursts, I'm probably going back around the corner instead of staying committed to this gunfight. Right here, I'm going back around that corner instead of peeking back out a little bit and staying committed to this gunfight, firing 2 more bursts. It's just not worth it. But I'm always against an Odin buy. That one right there. I'm always against an Odin. The problem, okay, so here's the benefits of an Odin, right? If you're going to blindly spray or need to penetrate some object with a lot of bullets, the Odin is the gun, okay? But generally speaking, the The Vandal and the Phantom are going to be better weapons for most general applications because you can get one-shot headshots and you have relatively good first bullet accuracy when you shoot with the Vandal and the Phantom. With the Odin, there's no one-shot headshot potential, and the first bullet accuracy does not exist. The first bullet of the Odin never goes anywhere near where you're aiming. It's just not a thing. So if you get into a situation where you need to tap someone's head, you have to put a full burst into them instead of actually tapping. And so it's just a little bit of luck involved there instead of actually using your aim and your skill to hit that shot. So I like sticking with the Vandal here instead of using the Odin. Good game, Tappy. You guys end up winning it. I will say that probably your biggest victory here was overcoming the fact that your whole team was tilting you. Okay, your util usage was a little bit on the iffy side. If you're going to play Viper for the first time, play Viper in an unrated. Play Viper in an environment where you're not potentially risking losing your game or anything like that. I like the idea of trying new agents, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go in and realize midway through your game that you don't know how to do the Viper wall lineup because it keeps going into the ground. Overall, your crosshair placement's still a little low. Your aim's starting to look a little bit better than it was before, so that's always a good thing. But just work on getting that crosshair placement up a little bit.